how much time does it normally take to transfer property title from seller to buyer? This is a multi-part question. Let's start with that one right there. What's your experience been, Al? How much time normally take to transfer property title from seller to buyer?
It depends.
Yeah.
We bought our piece of property, we closed 1st of July, and we received our title first part of March.
Okay.
So, 9-ish months.
Not too bad. That was land certificate in hand.
Land certificate in hand. Actually, in your hand, you have it. Not me.
That's great. That's a good example. I would say it depends as well.
Yeah.
A cash closing can be done as quickly as 45 days in this country. But if the question is at day 45, you would be the legal owner of that property at closing when we're recording a title transfer or a conveyance. However, they may be referring to land certificate in hand or title document in hand,
yes,
which is what you were referring to.
That's what I was referring to.
And that these days, right now, is taking between 6 to 9 months for registered land, and that would be the closing date when we're recording a transfer until the new land certificate title document is reissued or issued with the new owner's name, about 6 to 9 months.
Right.
Please.
Well, now, and I'm jumping ahead here.
Please,
Part 2 or maybe part 3 of this question is, can somebody sell it out from under me? It's going to take me 9 months to get that piece of paper in hand. And the answer to that is no, because the day that the transfer documents get accepted in Belmopan, it gets a number. You give me a piece of paper from an attorney with all the numbers and everything, and it's all official. I own this piece of property. I don't have a land certificate yet, but I own this piece of property. So the former owner can't go to Belmopan and try to sell it to somebody else. They don't have their land certificate. They have to turn that land certificate in. So they have no proof that they own anything, and I have proof from my attorney.
There are protective mechanisms.
Yes.
And in the question, what legal mechanisms are in place to ensure property is not sold until transfer of title? You've detailed those. I would say to add on that, yes, there is always one original land certificate title document that does need to be surrendered when there's a change. So that's one way. It does take some time to apply for a replacement title. So for a seller that's already surrendered their title document to a buyer or law firm, they can't do it so easily. They can't sell it again. Another that you mentioned or alluded to is the fact that once that land transfer has been lodged or recorded, it does effectively freeze that file or that register. It's in process. So that would stop a subsequent land transfer to be filed or recorded right on top of that that's already been submitted. So there are protective mechanisms involved at the Lands Department and Ministry of Natural Resources to prevent a second subsequent sale by the same seller, basically someone trying to not play by the rules or get over on somebody.
So I have a question then. The real estate investor in me wants to know, if I buy this place and and everything gets filed in Belmopan, and I spend the next 2 months fixing the house, making it nice, and now I want to put it out there for sale, do I have to wait 9 months or 12 months for that land certificate to come back, or can I sell my property?
Unfortunately, you do have to wait for the issuance of that new land certificate in your name before you would be able to close on a new sale. However, that does not prevent you from going under contract, for example. A contract that's contingent on the issuance of that title that you, seller, don't have yet, but you're dealing with a 6 to 9 month timeline that's ticking down. So I often advise clients that, hey, you can get under contract, or you could list that property for sale prior to getting that document that needs to be, again, surrendered prior to a closing. And usually, that listing, contract negotiation, and going under contract, if a potential buyer knows that, and a rock solid real estate agent like yourself, Al, discloses that, and that everybody's on the same page. Listen, typically a quick close in Belize is 45 days, but we're in a situation that we're 6 to 9 months from a close. By making sure that everybody is clear and there's that understanding, should not be a problem.
Want to find out more information about how you can start your life in beautiful Belize? Then email us at info@lawbelize.bz.